This game is going to be a force choke deck, a variation of a force choke deck that I like to use versus AT-ATs, which is a bit of a bummer because I got some lightsabers in this deck and they don't do any good against AT-ATs. But it was encouraging to see I Am Your Father come out, so that means they'll probably have a Vader in here who will want to put a lightsaber on, then I'll get to fight him. So the shield is down. That's to help me get out Endor sights. Not that I really need Endor sights specifically, but get some activation on the board. And if they come to my sights, I don't mind because I want to battle them on the ground. And I think the two sites I picked, or at least one of the ones, I know starships or vehicles can go there. So it's kind of safe from AT-ATs and AT-STs too, I guess, is why I put them in there. But it looks like he has a pretty standard first turn here with what he puts out. And he doesn't get out an AT-AT the first turn, which can sometimes happen, so there's no real pressure on me to get anything out other than my sights. So we got the Endor sight. While I was there, I saw the planet Polis Massa, so I can get that out. I got another Endor sight in my hand. I believe this Endor sight is also the one with, no starships or vehicles except speeder bikes, AT-STs, Ewok gliders, and creature vehicles. So no AT-ATs there. So I'd be able to fight with my lightsabers and not have to worry about AT-ATs there. C-3PO comes into my hand. I have a sight in this deck that I can get him out with, but I won't need to do that. And I like my hand here because I got Anakin and Padme, so I can get a lot of attrition against him. I can draw 2 battle destinies and then add 1 destiny to attrition. At least I think I can with Anakin. Does he have to be alone? No, he does not. He can just lose 2 force. So Padme, she can add destiny to attrition with a Skywalker. I'm going to make him pay to play interrupts. I get to grab trample here, so he can't constantly trample my dudes. Unfortunately, he misses. So I probably still could have killed Veers anyways with Anakin drawing 2 battle destinies, but now it's to the point where I get a battle destiny and a destiny to attrition. I chose to go with only 1 because I assume I'm going to get higher than a 6. I believe that's what he has for immunity. It says 4, but Veers adds 2 to his immunity. Sith Fury can cancel that, so he wants to get something higher here, but he's already got a 1. Well, he gets a 6, so yeah, he's going to knock out Padme here, and I get enough attrition. I only needed to get a 1 at that point to kill Veers. Actually, I forget what Veers' forfeit is. It's a 5, so yeah, I only needed a 1 to kill Veers and the AT-AT. Now I got a powerful Jedi here at the site. Here comes Vader. He's going to wait a turn to battle, I believe, because Vader is on the AT-AT, which doesn't really do him any good. You see Blizzard 4 flashing there because he's got to pay a force to keep it on table. It's a pretty powerful card, so they make you pay a maintenance cost for it to keep it on the table. It's a very late addition to the game in Reflections 3. I'm able to get my sight on kind of a lucky draw there. And I put Yoda out in case he puts out a shield because I want to retrieve force for initiating battle here. And that's my first force choke card. He's got to spend a force to play a weapon. I guess it's not my first force choke card. Battle plan makes him have to spend a force to play an interrupt. So unfortunately, he put sneak attack on top of, or he used sneak attack to put a very high destiny on his deck. But So I need to hit Vader here, otherwise Anakin is going to get choked out. And I am able to hit Vader. And he's making me pay for retrieval now, so I guess he could have made me lose one there. I probably, in retrospect, I probably just should have let him swing at me because now he can choke me. But I guess this is kind of a wash because he loses Anakin, I lose Vader, and I'm able to retrieve better than he can. Because really the idea is getting out. So um, anytime I initiate battle with a Skywalker, I can retrieve a force. Not this is necessarily the retrieval version of this deck. I kind of built it to be more defensive with Leia and UC Warrior's Courage there would say it's 2 battle destinies. So he wants to drain me. So he's got to pay 3. Now with Mind Trick, he has to use an extra 2. So he's going to pay 5 to drain me for 2, which isn't the end of the world. And I got big boomers, so basically he had to use 6 force that turn just to drain. But he is doing 3 damage to me. And that's a bit of a bummer because I'd only be draining 1 here now. But Blizzard 4 isn't too scary on its own. I'm getting some low destinies out of my deck, putting some highish destinies back. Take a look at what's there just to make sure. Leia doesn't do me a whole lot of good here in terms of her game text, but that thing has no immunity, so as long as my forfeit can soak it, I'm good. So he's going to lose a card. I'm going to lose probably just 1 card, but I got to retrieve for initiating the battle. Anything but a 0 means he has to be lost, unless he has something that cancels attrition. And I got a nice destiny, so it's highly unlikely he's going to outpower me here, even with sneak attacking. And it stinks that he gets to use sneak attack over and over again, but I already used my grabber on trample. So I suppose I'm up by 1 at this point. And I move away to get a better drain here. Still haven't gotten out my Falcon yet, but that's coming. And over there, that's Wars Not Make One Great, so it costs, when I deploy that effect, it costs 1 extra for either of us to initiate a battle or force drain. So, usually it costs 3 to force drain when battle plans out if you don't occupy battleground site and system, but so now it's going to cost 4. Here comes Vader again. Good news is Yoda, he cannot be choked by a 7 because the choke destiny has to be higher. And I'm just burning through his force here. He's got to use an extra 2 force to keep the battle going. He targets, I can blast or deflect that. So now I'm immune to attrition. I can't be hit by the weapon. He is a very low battle destiny, only a 2. I have only a 3 though, but I can take that into hand. And now I think he knows he's in trouble because Padme is going to cancel Vader's game text. And he had to lose a force for that one. So here comes Leia. And I can get her lightsaber from the Lost Pod by losing a force with the effect that's on the Tatooine hut here. And Wars Not Make One Great does add to my cost to deploy, or I should say cost to battle, but Battle Plan lets me battle for free, so I'm not worried about that. And I like the shield is down in this deck because I can always check and see what's in my reserve deck. It's not always good to let your opponent verify your deck, but now I can get the Falcon and Chewie out of there. Get those low destinies out. And unfortunately, he concedes here, but well, I don't know if it's unfortunate. I think he knew that he was in trouble because he's not going to be able to play many interrupts, and Vader's probably going to get hit. I got a lot of power there, and Vader can't choke anybody, so that's a pretty quick one. Not a terribly exciting game, but I thought I've always liked these force choke type decks where you can really pour it on if they want to hit you with weapons. I mean, it's nice to make a version with a specific loop that makes them spend even more force to fire weapons. But basically, yeah, they have to pay their force if they want to battle you, and then you can battle them back. There's other versions I have that I actually kind of like a little better in terms of being offensive decks, where you use the other version of draw their fire to attack and retrieve, and you put General Leia in there. So every time you initiate a battle, you retrieve 3 force, basically. There's some things that can stop that, but yeah, that's one fairly basic run through of the force choke decks that I like, and yeah, just trying to slow down the opponent. I suppose a lot of them don't like not being able to do what they're intended to do, but really just not giving them too many icons and making it so you have a lot more force than they do, and kind of death by 1,000 cuts that way. So I hope you thought that deck was interesting, and I hope you tune in for more deck and or booster pack opening videos. Thanks for watching.